What is up, guys? And in this video I'm going to show you how you clean your DSLR lens even if you have a Nikon camera. Doesn't matter what kind of camera you have. The reality is these guys right here, they get dirty. And the whole purpose of cleaning these lenses and the sensors is because if you're ever taking photos or videos, you might realize, hey, why is there a little speck there in my camera? And no matter how many times I wipe the cover of my lens, why is it still there? The reality is you might have a dirty lens. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you the really simple steps of how you do it yourself, clean your camera sensor and get rid of all those specks and little bits of like black spots on your lenses so you can have the best video and image quality. And stay tuned to the very end of this video. I have a very special announcement, and if you're a Nikon user, you might want to hear and see this out. So let's get straight into camera. I'm going to tell you how I clean my lenses. If at any time you notice when you're filming or taking photos, why is there a speck? And no matter how many times I decide to just wipe this guy, I always get specks, I always get things, no matter how clean this guy is. Well, the reality is, chances are the sensor inside is dirty and it just needs a little cleaning. And yes, this is more of a DIY, do-it-yourself, because the reality is, a lot of these videos that I have seen personally, they're selling you these kits for like $20 to any dollars plus, but the reality is all you really need is 2 clean Q-tips and maybe a microfiber cloth, and that is all you need. But if your camera ends up not safe and avoids the warranty because you completely listen to this video, then discretion. This is a warning, right? This is do-it-yourself. Discretion is advised, but this is pretty safe if you follow what I say. So, first, in order to clean your sensor, the first thing is do this if your lens, if no matter how hard your lens is, how much you clean it, you want to make sure this guy's clean. So what I use is a Q-tip, right? Careful about using the Q-tips because you might get some of these guys that leave lint. You want to make sure the Q-tip itself is intact. And much more less likely if you clean it like that, particles of the Q-tip do not rub off. So to clean the top of the lens, what I do is I just grab essentially a microfiber cloth, wipe that, and I wipe the back. Okay? But if I still use this guy and I still see like dust and all that stuff on my pictures, the reality is inside the sensor is probably dirty. So if you don't know how to do this yet, number one thing, what you want to do, take your lens off. If you don't know how to do that, you press this button here. It doesn't matter what DSLR camera you have, there is a lens release button. So what you do is press that button and you turn this white dot up here so it matches this, and that is how you take off and on a lens. Next, you want to be able to look into the reflective part, because this itself is not actually the sensor. This is actually the reflective part that protects the sensor, as well as you'll understand why it's called a DSLR, because as you can see here, there's a mirror there which reflects off, the image gets reflected, and how it captures video is upside down. And if there's past this flip thing, there is the sensor. So first, you want to make sure, is there any dust in there? So what you do is you grab that Q-tip, and you want to make sure there's no loose ends, because what you can end up doing is you can make the lens even dirtier. So you grab your very clean Q-tip, and you can just lightly brush off any dust particles that you see in there. Make sure that you don't touch the bottom or the top, and just make sure you get any dust out of there, right? Warning, you do not want to blow because you might have saliva and spit on your sensor, and that is a big no-no. So be careful. And if you do want to invest, I'll leave a link in below, but there are little, what I like to call tubes, where they push and blow air, and that is the safer method. But this is the DIY, do it at home. Okay, now that you notice that there is no any dust particles in the lens protector itself, what you want to do is you put your lens back on and you see if there's any of that dust when you take your photos or videos. But after that, what you want to do is you want to turn on your camera, okay? You turn your camera and you go to menu and you go to the tool icon or the setup icon. And first, before you even put your camera into manual cleaning mode, you want to make sure you clean your image sensor. You click clean now, okay? That, what it does is it cleans inside the sensor. It does it digitally. But if after you do that and it's still dirty, what you want to do is lock up mirror for cleaning. What that does is, as you can see here, when you press your shutter, the mirror will flip up and that will reveal your sensor. As you can see right now, it is protected, but look what happens if I press my shutter button. Now, as you can see, that is the sensor. And to my own naked eye, it is pretty clean and there is no dust there. So I do not need to touch it. And you only do this if it is very dirty and you want to clean your sensor, but I highly recommend you do not do that, because the reality is most of the time it's just the protective filter. All you do is you turn your camera off and it'll put that reflective mirror back. And as you can see, it's pretty clean. I put my lens back on. And now your Nikon camera or DSLR, any DSLR, should be clean. And you did it by yourself without needing to pick up any $10 to $20 cleaning kit. And now you should be good to go with your DSLR. And that is how you clean your entry level, mid level. It can be any type of camera that has a mirror or sensor. And that's how you do it, guys. Now you know how to clean your Nikon lenses, your Sony's, whatever type of sensor, and you can get that clear crystal image or video that you want. Now I'm going to be talking about my special announcement just for you guys that stuck all the way to the end. Super exclusive, because this is not for everyone. And over the couple of weeks and months leading up to this video, I've been creating an exclusive course for your complete beginner. Because the reality is, I always get comments and questions like, hey Peter, what is the best Nikon camera body that I should buy? What's the best lens? What type of lens? What focal range do I need? Do I pick the 35mm or the 50mm prime? What lenses do I use? What is the type of lighting and best for me if I'm only working with $200 versus $500 versus $2,000? Well, if you click the link in the description and in the comments below, I've made pretty much an exclusive course just for you guys to sign up, and I will literally blood, sweat, and tears into this course, walk you step by step, and I'm teaching you everything I know about everything from the very beginning to how much money you need, to the type of lenses that you need, to the lighting, to the equipment, to even the audio, and everything you need to know when it comes to being a complete beginner and you have no experience and you even have a Nikon camera. This is for all DSLR aspiring users that are on a budget. I literally show you step by step on how you film and how all the equipment you need so you can have the confidence to pick up the camera. Doesn't matter what camera, even if you have a Nikon camera, so you can learn how to film and take photos courtesy of yours truly. And I wanted to put everything that I knew about videos especially using this Nikon camera, because there isn't a lot of information when it comes to what are the best settings. And I also have an exclusive breakdown of my YouTube setup just for you guys. And like I said, link in the comments. This is not for everyone, but this is for those who personally reach out to me and always ask questions. This is my resource and guide for you. So I hope that gave you value. And like I said, this is a simple, pretty much resource of how this video was to clean your Nikon sensor, and it applies to any sensor because this is how DSLR works, and even mirrorless. And I hope you learned something, and that was a little exclusive tip if you watch all the way till the end. My name is Peter, and you're watching Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something.